Jeremy, welcome to BattleBit. Not to be confused with Battlefield, although I think we all know what we're playing and what we're in here for. This is BattleBit Remastered. We look like we're in Roblox or even a Lego game. We have a random soldier here named Cinco. He saw us recording our piece here on the bridge. I'm very excited to play this. This might be a pretty chaotic demonstration because you never know what kind of moments you're going to have in these types of games. But are you ready to go to war?
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited for this. I love Battlefield games, and I feel like this is just someone who also loved old Battlefield games and wanted to make one. Also, I think this guy on the bridge is flirting with us. I couldn't really hear him mumbling.
So far already what I like about this game, there's kind of a lot to unpack, but like the voice community, the vocal community, it's pretty silly and fun. When you do join a game here, there's like 30 warnings that says basically if you are toxic, we will ban you. And I haven't had any crazy moment, or there haven't been negative moments, but there's still spam and some silliness, but we'll see what we kind of get up into for today. But yeah, the context of this game is BattleBit Remastered. I think it's been in development since 2016. They'd had tons of demos. It was in the Steam green. Oh shoot, there's some bad guys over there.
Yeah, I've ended up in bad territory. Oh, I'm dead already.
We can respawn.
I'll spawn on you.
Well, respawn. Yeah. We died. We got a kill.
Okay, cool.
So this game's been in development for a long time, and finally it came out, and it has at least 50,000 concurrent players as we're playing this. Already like 15,000 positive reviews. This has basically filled the Battlefield hole. And I guess Call of Duty and Warzone and other things. But Jeremy, you were kind of the first person to hear about this game months ago, years ago. How did you find out about this game?
I don't even remember how it came on my radar, but I just remember talking to maybe like a friend of mine or reading on a forum something about like a low poly Battlefield that was kind of stripping away all the bells and whistles, and then it was like 3 or 4 developers who were kind of just dedicating themselves to this very lo-fi aesthetic and kind of just this very meat and potatoes core of old school Battlefield in order to be able to make it with such a small team. And yeah, I don't know. I was just very interested in that design mentality, the idea that they were just hyper focused on the gameplay being good and kind of just okay with it looking like Duplo toys.
Yeah, it's funny. So I think one of the reasons this game is really popping off is its accessibility. It's only $15, and I think because of the graphics, anyone can run it. The frame rate is super high. There's destructibility. Because I got burned hard on Battlefield 2042.
Yeah.
I liked Battlefield 5. I know.
I got him. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. We were getting flanked. We were getting flanked during a monologue.
That's what we want. We can't be discussing video games and we're getting shot. So thank you, soldier. Yeah, I kind of like Battlefield 5, but I was burned by the last one, and I feel like everyone tuned out. But there'd been a much needed gap that had to be filled, and already there's classes. There's like 127 player battles. It's pretty fun. I've messed around. I gotta revive somebody.
Oh, that's me. I'm down.
I'm down too. Shoot. Okay. That's all right.
All right. Maybe this guy. Maybe we got some friends. Maybe they'll get us on. I forgot that everyone can revive in this game, which I think is kind of a nice departure from Battlefield. Like there are medics who can heal, but I'm pretty sure anyone can revive you, right?
Yeah, I think medics do it faster, and I also don't know if they have like a spider sense to like find you faster.
Oh man, my body is getting camped right now. I don't know, after Battlefield 2, I kind of fell off the series. 3 was fun. I know a lot of people kind of say 3 was like the last great one. Yeah, I don't know. I just this to me feels like a very old school Battlefield game. It does have some of the destructibility of environments and stuff that kind of is associated with spectacle, but it's more like Bad Company 2, where there's a very mechanical reason for all the destruction, as opposed to it being like Levolution, where it has to be like the hook, the spectacle,
There's a class that you have a sledgehammer, you can just break through walls and stuff, and I've seen compilations of people getting melee kills, which I really liked Rainbow Six Siege because of that kind of stuff. But
oh yeah, or it reminds me of like Tearaway a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Which also again is like a voxel-based game that has kind of a Roblox-y feel to it. There's so many Are these our claymores? Someone is building like a saw network of traps in here.
One thing I like, I don't know if this has always been the case, but you can drag people as you're reviving them, and I feel like most people don't know that. So
oh yeah,
I get tons of points by just picking up bodies, dragging them as I'm reviving them, and it makes me feel like a true hero. Also, a lot of the times people will call out in the voice chat. People will also act dramatically, like when
people roleplay so much in this game.
Yes. And I think there's something funny about like the gap between the graphic fidelity and like the passion that people bring to these games. I mean, even in like Minecraft, people are recreating or are role playing in there too. And I don't know what it is. Maybe the simple block nature makes it easier to jump into. Like,
Oh, this guy's dragging you to safety. If he dies, I'm gonna get you.
hey, we're covering this. They'll be commended. Zell. Oh, I died a second time.
Cool. If these boys don't get you, I will. All right. After this, let's flank around left,
Yes.
and they're in that building across the street. Let's try to like sneak up behind them.
All right, we'll do. Okay, cool. We're back.
Are you back up?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
following.
I'm behind you. Let's go back this way.
Okay, cool, cool.
Oh, we got.
Oh,
we
shoot!
Got,
Oh, shoot!
we got,
Okay, you had the right idea. You had the right idea.
yeah, they were one
Oh,
step ahead of us.
I'm down to full air respawn.
Okay, yeah. Let's do a full respawn.
That's also the flow of these types of games too. Is like I feel like when I play these games, sometimes I'll listen to a podcast. Most of the time, I'm just hanging out with friends and we're just kind of shouting and getting lost in conversation. You kind of get into a good flow state playing this.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I love about these games is playing with friends and that flow state where the comms kind of melt away because you're all like snapped into the same rhythm. So someone's just like over there and everyone knows where over there is. All right, I'm going back to where we were. It seems like that building where they were holed up is on the left side. Can you ping in this game? Oh, I'm down again
Yeah,
if you're nearby.
middle mouse, or I'll run towards you.
right.
Yeah, we picked a random 127 versus 127 lobby. So this is, I think the mode is called Frontline, so there's no vehicles. But I played some of the like standard Conquest stuff with helicopters, trucks, planes. It's very impressive how much is in here, and I think the main thing is, yeah, this was being worked on for so long that it just dropped as a surprise. So I did not see the incremental developments. They're still patching stuff, they're still adding stuff, but it's cool to see this launching with all the features of a typical Battlefield game.
It feels really good. It feels like it feels really full because this is still early access, even though it's because when I was playing this a few months ago, you could only play on the test servers, so they would launch a test like once or twice a week or so. But now it's just like $15, play whenever you want early access, and it feels very fleshed out. I mean, they've clearly been putting a ton of work into this.
Even the progression, there's so many guns to unlock. I think any class can pick any gun. So as a medic, they gave me a random submachine gun, but I immediately swapped to the M4. And there's camouflage and there's so much in density. And then already there's tons of videos online and on Reddit of like strategies, tips, and tricks, and all this stuff. So I'm eager to see if there's going to be hardcore like Battlefield veterans coming in and sticking with this game. If they add maps, if they add weird modes to it, but yeah, so far this seems pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could see a competitive scene popping up around this game because it's so stripped back. Because there seems to be there's like something very pure and elemental about it being no bells and whistles. It's just like a bunch of blocks shooting at each other. It's kind of like it almost feels like a sport or something. You know what I mean?
Well, it also reminds me of like Counter-Strike 1.6.
Yeah.
Just that flow of it, just everyone loading up, and I think that was a game people stuck with for a long time, regardless of the graphics, just because I don't know, it's so pure.
Oh my god,
shit,
this game is so chaotic. It's hard to get back into the flow of like figuring out where people are coming from and figure out the flow of battle.
It took me a solid like 30 minutes when I first playing it to even just just remember the controls, and I rebound my revive button to my mouse wheel, things like that, and yeah, actually it was reading some of these tips and tricks, like the fact that you can drag and revive at the same time, that sold me on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told a bunch of friends about it, and already I was able to play with like a full squad of 8 people, and we weren't very good, but I can't remember the last time I had so many people eager to jump into something. So I think people are always eager to jump into the next big multiplayer thing. I'm trying to think of other waves of surprise indie games, like Valheim exploded like a year or two ago at this rate.
Yeah, this has gotten huge. This was like, I mean, when I was talking about this a few months ago, I saw it very much as kind of like a niche little experimental project, and now it's got like 15,000 reviews on Steam, and it only came out a week ago.
Yeah.
I just keep dying. I need to get some cool kills for this, so you can just edit my like 2 kills together over and over. just loop the 1 kill I got.
I've gotten a handful. I'm doing all right.
All right, well, put some of your kills on screen while I'm talking.
Yes.
Oh, I literally was just standing next to a guy who was an enemy, but
I got zapped.
Oh, I got promoted. I'm level 2. All right, are you down? Oh, I'm retreating back to you. Oh yeah, we got boys over here. We got fellas. Okay, I got Papa John. Oh, I'm dead. Right. Did you just see Jummy in the chat said, this game would be better if you could kiss your homies?
Yeah, there's a lot of positive love in this game. You know, like when I'm playing with people, I'll encourage them, like, good job, or like, here you go. I'll thank people for reviving me. It's been very sweet. I also wonder, because of these graphics, like I wonder how many people like this is their first Battlefield game or their first massive shooter. Can you imagine like also kids who grew up on like literally Roblox, Minecraft, and now what's BattleBit?
Yeah,
it seems like the natural evolution as the steps of a gamer.
Yeah, no, totally. That's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking the same thing of kids who grew up on Roblox and stuff. I feel like would be even kind of less questioning of the graphical fidelity. Like I feel like our generation of gamers would see this and immediately the first thing you'd say is like, oh, it's very low-fi, but it's a good game. But I feel like kids who were playing like weird experimental Roblox games and like Trouble in Terrorist Town and stuff and weird mods are just like, yeah, this is just like, it's just how games are.
Yeah, I feel like you find something that has a good groove and you stick with it regardless of the graphics. For me, I like the graphics because of the comedy element of it, but yeah, I think most people don't care how it looks as long as it plays well.
Yeah,
I also feel like it's very easy to read. Like when you see these angry Roblox-looking people coming up with their faces, like, oh, they're the bad guys.
Yeah, it does have that readability. That's something that reminds me of Battlefield 2, which because it was lower fidelity and kind of chunkier, the readability is very high on everything. As opposed to like once you get like specular like lighting and bloom effects and everything, it's a little harder to pick everything apart. Oh, I'm gonna revive this guy. I'm gonna be a hero.
We're getting close to the front lines here.
If I'm gonna be bad at combat, I'm gonna be good to my homies.
Yeah, that's why I've stuck with medic. It's like I'm really good at Call of Duty like close quarters combat. I don't have the patience for long range stuff. I just charge in.
Yeah,
so
same.
Scooping up the homies is very easy to do.
That's my class. I'm all about scooping up the homies.
I just got sniped.
I know. I feel like people are already very, very good because when you learn a new shooter, you kind of have to learn like the recoil patterns and figure out how all the guns behave and stuff before you can get to that kind of higher level of play. And so as I'm trying to figure things out, people are just like owning me from 100 miles away.
I just had an interaction with this user Penguin, and I learned online that very quickly the way you say thank you to a medic is you lean, you press Q and E, and you spam it, and that's become the language for like thanking somebody when you revive, or like a way of talking without communicating.
Nice, I love that.
Yeah,
I love emergent behaviors in games like that. Oh my god, this is Hamburger Hill, dude. We're just getting shredded at this one building.
I also played a level last night that was like, it was at night, so there was night vision and flashlights, and I was very surprised, like, oh, that's in here. That level of detail it's very silly, but
yeah, it's really cool. It does feel like a weird mismatch almost of like very high featured, low fidelity. I'm spawning on you. It says you're in combat, so if you can get to a safe place, I'll be able to spawn. But don't.
There are no safe places in war.
That's actually true. That is how I feel. Okay, okay, I'm spawning on you right now. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, I was for a second. I was like, oh, maybe we should try another map. But now it's getting sweaty. We're right up here.
I'm physically sweating, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this guy. All right.
All right, they're off to the right.
And I think some classes can build. I forget which. Battlefield 5 had building, and I actually really liked that.
That's cool.
Oh, shoot.
I haven't experimented with that. Oh, up in the top of this building? Oh, man. Yeah, there's also, like, a grappling hook and stuff, which it seems like they're just trying to build in a bunch of fun kind of sandboxy stuff like that. Like the building, the grappling hooks, the reinforcements, busting down walls with a sledgehammer. It kind of does have, like, almost all of the dynamic Battlefield stuff of the finals, which is very funny because it's such a, like, polished, nice-looking game. This is just, like, a weird little toy with all the same features.
Yeah, and I think I read online that this was made by 3 or 4 people over the course of, what, 8-7 years? A long, long time.
Yeah, it's an incredibly small team, small, dedicated team. Oh, I bled out. I forgot that if you're low health, you bleed.
Dude, our squad's taking care of each other. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'm going to get that kill. I'm going to retreat. Frank, this is an editor's note. Just loop that kill a few times. Oh, what, did I get crushed by bricks? What just happened? I think I just got levolutioned. People are very good about reviving, though. I feel like more than half of the times I've gone down, someone has been very quick to revive.
I just got a very sick kill.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, this might be selfish, but I revive because it's really good XP.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Is that why people become doctors? Because I hear you get paid very well if you're a doctor.
It's really good XP.
Is it the XP or is it the will to help fellow man? Or maybe a little bit of both.
You get a little like faction boost to society as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And merchants give you better prices sometimes. Oh, we're getting overrun.
Oh, look at that! Lordy, we took the point. I've been promoted!
Dude, this guy's screaming in a southern accent. I really do like the comms in this game are some of the best comms in any game I've ever played for whatever reason.
I really like games where I get to be silly. Those are the
Yeah.
games I gravitate towards the most. Like for me, especially with competitive games, I'm not a competitive gamer. Even like Street Fighter, I'm starting to stop playing because it's making me sad, like when I lose.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I don't really care if I get shot because it's so funny, or when people are yelling or screaming, and like that was definitely the case in Call of Duty lobbies back in the day, or I guess even presently. But it seems genuinely wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like feel like that's part of the sandbox game genre is people come in to have an experience, not just to win. And so, we got people down here in the pit. God, you're right. There really is no safe place on this map.
Yeah, this is tight.
We
got ambushed. We got ambushed.
We're in like the Grand Canyon full of blood. They're throwing grenades too.
Oh god, that was sick. I'm bleeding. Shoot.
Oh, I got a couple of them. That's the highlight right there.
It's like
Get-
we went
check
into
the
a
time code.
trap. We went
I
into
know.
a trap.
They
We're
were
like, oh, what is this?
waiting
What is
for
this?
us.
What is this nice little valley? And
How
then
did they know?
all of them came and just picked us off from the top.
That was like that's the scene in like the Michael Douglas movie where the sad violin comes on and
Yeah.
the corporal is like, oh no, I like let everyone down. I led them into a giant death trap.
It was like a Red Dead Redemption mission. They went into bullet time. Really, that was so.
Oh my god.
But I'm happy we got to capture that. So I don't know. So that's kind of the thing where it's like that is such a crazy moment where I don't know. That's such a genuine cool set piece.
Yeah, no, the set piece is the right word. That was like an
Yeah.
emergent set piece. That when I saw 4 dudes flood over the edge of that, I was like, my heart stopped.
The Canyon Ridge Massacre.
Oh my god, dude! You're right though. Like that is the kind of like when I tell people about my experiences in games like this, those are the little narratives that I tell people about. You know, I'm not like, oh, I went 7-2, like and we won. It's like, oh no, me and Frank were in a canyon making a flank, and 700 troops poured over the edge and filled us with holes. Oh my god, the walls are exploding.
The other question, I mean, we could just, pull out of this war and start another. I don't want to leave all these nice
We can't
people
abandon
behind,
our
but-
boys, dude.
Oh man, I feel like the writing's on the. After that Canyon Massacre, I think that was it. That was the end of the war.
Yeah, listen, we had like 6 casualties, but the real loss was our morale after
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's why we retreat and then we come back when they least expect it.
That's true. We get the boys together, have a little pep talk, and rally. There's also, you mentioned this on the podcast, but there's a notification when you launch this game that's very specific about the code of conduct and how unhesitant they will be to ban you. So I wonder if, I'm sure other games have that. For some reason, it has caught my attention more when I played this game, and I wonder if that impacts the community or if it's just the fact that it's kind of this weird, like indie game that people just want to be on their best behavior and like foster a good community, as opposed to, I feel like when people are toxic in a Call of Duty, mentally it's like writing on the bathroom stall at your high school.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a victimless crime or something almost.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because I think of all the big those big corporate games. They straight up say at the top like online interactions not rated by the ESRB. It's already like you're on your own out there. Whereas this is like, hey, we're trying to make something cool. Please don't mess it up.
That's a good point, actually. All right, I'm hiding behind a tree, but I'm scared.
I will say too, it's impressive, and again, the game stuff is all low fidelity, even though it looks very cool and it works. But there isn't lag or any issues. People are connecting seamlessly. I just died again. But I don't know. It is impressive how 127 versus 127 people online. That's crazy.
Yeah, it runs really good. I'm coming to get you, by the way.
All right, cool. I got Penguin revive me.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm with you. We got this. I'm gonna stick with you. I feel like if one of
Yeah.
oh, there's guys down here crawling in the bushes. I'm so unused to the recoil of this. Oh, they're coming over the top. I got one. I got DK Dungle.
That's something that never gets old. Is just reading all the online names. I always
Some
love
really
them
good ones.
so much.
Oh, over here by these boxes, they're swarming.
Come here, Frank.
I got Big Papa.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're getting
got it.
flanked from the. Where's
what
my
the fuck,
compass?
man?
Northwest.
All right, the last chance to get. Oh, never mind, Frank.
This guy's been trying to revive me, and
This
everyone's died.
I
100
could hear
times
him
over.
addressing you by name. Oh, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. All right, this is getting rough. They're coming from the northwest now.
Yeah, they took one of our points in between. What was that? I don't know what strategy that is. Oh man.
Yeah, we're getting overrun.
Pal, you remember, always raise your medics.
The guy in the chat doing a Kermit the Frog voice. This game really does have more LARPing than anything I've ever played. Or not LARPing, but more like RPing than anything I've ever played for some reason. Maybe it's like the silliness of the aesthetic also feels like it gives permission to people to be a little sillier, as opposed to like, I don't know. I feel like if you did the same behavior in a Call of Duty lobby, people would be like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, people would immediately shut you out, but I feel here it's like, how could you not? Whenever,
Yeah, it's a silly game. It's a silly game with serious gameplay. So I feel like it's a fun mix where it's like silly mentality, but like actually trying hard to do good at the hard video game.
Well, as we are losing the war, we have maybe 5 minutes left. I will say it has been fun shooting the shit as we're shooting the shit, as we're shooting stuff, blowing things up. How does this feel to you as a decades long Battlefield player? Your summation, your thoughts.
I mean, it feels like a independent Battlefield 2 with new maps and a different aesthetic, and that's kind of the game that I've wanted since Battlefield 3. So, I mean, to me, this feels like the stripped back, kind of getting back to its roots Battlefield game that I've been waiting for like a decade. But yeah, I don't know. I think this game is fan-fucking-tastic. I really, really genuinely like it a lot.
It's also the game that kind of encourages me to, even if I'm playing by myself, just keep the record button on just in case. I had a great moment yesterday where I got in a helicopter and they started playing, is it Fortunate Son, that iconic
the Vietnam era? Yeah.
And then the helicopter crashed into a tower and all of us died. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was the immediate, like, getting hyped up and immediately dying, and it was like, that's just these games. I don't know how to fly stuff well.
Oh, I got a big flank, but I'm going to die. I'm not going to make anything out of it. It was too big a flank. I bit off more than I could chew. Yeah, like you said, though, objectively, we're getting owned right now. But I'm having a lot of fun getting owned.
Yes.
Which I think I feel like that's the sign of a good sandbox game. Is it no longer like my sense of enjoyment, my sense of whether this is a good game becomes decoupled from my performance in the game. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's just like I'm just having like funny little experiences, which is what Battlefield was always about for me. Is you're like, oh, I like snuck up the left side, but then they found us and we got in a helicopter, and like it's just these little stories, these little sandbox stories.
It is pretty cute as we're guarding our very last point in the last moments of the game. Everyone is all here together, and it's we got a little army. Everyone's having fun.
Morale is low, but we got each other.
Yeah. We're getting XP while we can.
There's a drone here. I didn't even know there was drones in this game.
Help me.
Is this?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Help me.
Oh, we got. Oh man.
I'm getting so many revives. Yeah, people just keep trying to climb up this mountain, and I'm just getting. Oh, finally, I got blown up.
I keep trying to do big plays. The other team is being so aggressive that every time I think I find a safe place, they just immediately rush into it.
I also forgot to turn off team chat in the top left. Not that anything is bad, but I do like, as we've had our conversation, people have been discussing all the online shooters. So people are in the top left. Chicken Man is discussing Modern Warfare 2, Battlefield, and everything. So a little extra bonus feature as you watch this. You can see the extra conversation happening.
Yeah, no, it's funny. That seems like an appropriate topic of conversation. Is people talking about how other games are dead, and that's why they're playing this weird, because this game is in many ways a response to the ways that AAA shooters have left people unsatisfied or something. It's just like a few dudes who wanted to try their own take at it. So I feel like people really resonate with that vision to just kind of, get back to take all of the things that people have been complaining about from AAA big Battlefield shooters and just implement those into a new game that's kind of back to basics.
Yeah, it's like an online shooter support group. Everyone is seriously, everyone is showing up, believes in the mission. It's like, yes, let's make this work. Let's make a new Battlefield. Let's bring it all back.
It really is. It is a support group for FPS veterans.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
And I've been in some lobbies where you'll hear younger people, and then people are genuinely supportive and teaching kids how to play, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude, when I was on the test servers, I remember there was a guy talking who had a pretty deep voice, and this little kid comes on, and he's like, dude, what are you, 100 years old? The guy was like, no, I'm 28, man. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm older than both of these people.
See, I remember I was the 10-year-old playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein. And so now that the circle of life, or the circle of a gamer's life, How 15, 15 X amount of years later, now you're on the other
beautiful.
side teaching the new generation how to game. Even this is right. We're all climbing up
I'm
roads.
going
It's
up the
beautiful.
wall, dude. This is a bad move. I can tell already, but I'm hurting. I'm
All right,
bleeding
got
out.
20 seconds as we end the war. We gave it the most valiant effort. I say we all get medals. We all get a trophy. Hey, you got promoted this round. I think I'm about to XP and get promoted.
Oh, yeah.
That was BattleBit Remastered. Oh, the last nugget. I believe they call it Remastered because this game's had 3 different versions of it over the course of development. And so it is very tongue-in-cheek, but it being finally out, or actually technically it's still in early access, but this is now the latest definitive edition of it. It's here. It's out on Steam. $15. I think it's great. Play it with friends. Even in defeat, I'm smiling. I had a good time. Jeremy, thank you so much. I'll give that a thumbs up.
Yeah,
it was
a pleasure.
The canyon was tight, climbing up, and then now you can see all the other modes. Oh yeah, what I like is it keeps you in the server, so you can vote in the next map: Conquest, Domination. But yeah, that was BattleBit Remastered. Enlist today if you so would like. Don't forget to revive your homies. And always type GG. Can't forget to type GG.
Always type GG and always revive your homies.